guys, welcome back to my channel. When was the last time I said that? I've been gone for a whole month. First of all, my tripod might be moving a lot because I put my tripod on my bed, which was probably the dumbest thing I've ever done. Anyway, as you can see, I have a completely different background and a completely different lens. Got a tapestry, and I also got a new lens, like a fisheye lens. So there's like a really cool effect in the background. If you can tell, if you can't tell, then like this was probably not worth buying. I can tell, so. And I really like this lens for 3 reasons. Number 1, I'm super close to the camera, so I don't have to yell at it. And I can save my voice to yell at my brothers. It's a good time. Number 2, you're like super close to me, so you can see all the acne and pores and all my imperfections. And number 3, I can film and I don't have to wear pants and you won't even notice. What? That's all I had to mention. Now we can talk about the actual video, which is probably what you came for. I just finished my freshman year of high school, and throughout high school there were awkward situations, so I decided to mash up like 2 or 3 story times or awkward things that happened to me this school year. I hope you guys like this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up at the end. My social medias will be on the screen right now, so you can go ahead and check those out if you want to. And yeah. Oh, there it goes again. Still moving. So this first story took place in the middle of class when we were taking a quiz, but I was still eating my breakfast. Every single class, I'm always the last person to finish my breakfast. I'm not a slow eater, but I just multitask, so it's harder to like concentrate on eating my breakfast. Okay, you don't need to know that. But I was the last person eating my breakfast. I was still drinking my apple juice. I was trying to chug down that good stuff.
Apple a day keeps the doctor away, like, yes.
Every single time I drink my school's apple juice, I always have the tendency to cough a lot. But like, you know, coughing in the middle of a quiz is so annoying. I just didn't want to be that person. I wanted to be annoying in other types of ways. I decided to hold the cough in until it like disappeared. But no, that cough did not want to go. I was like,
girl, no, I'm staying with you.
I held the cough in for so long. And then finally, I started coughing and coughing and coughing and choking. And it was not a great time. Because everyone just started turning and looking at me. A girl next to me, she was like, "You're good?" So I decided to use this like really cool strategy that I learned in middle school. My middle school teacher told me that when you cough, you raise both your hands up really high in the air, and somehow some scientific junk happens and you stop coughing. And that actually works. So I raised both my hands up. Keep in mind, we're taking a quiz and the teacher walks over and he's like,
"Do you have a question?"
I'm like, since when do we put 2 hands up when we have a question? And when you're choking, you can't really talk. So like, I'm just like,
No.
I'm just there making weird sounds. And the girl next to me is trying to like talk some common sense into him. She's like, "Oh, I think she's choking. I think that's something that helps her." And he's like,
Oh.
I'm just like, yeah. And he's like, "So I don't have a question, right?" Obviously I don't have a question. And finally he's like, "So I'm guessing you want the class to stop looking at you now?" I'm like,
Yeah.
and it was just like common sense stuff. He just like walks back to his desk. And he just walks back and sits down and just keeps looking at me, expecting like a question or something. I'm like, dude, I don't have a question. So now moving on to the next story. This happened in the cafeteria. So like in the middle of about maybe 500 students, I did this. So it was a fun time. So I was walking to go get my lunch, and let me backtrack a little bit. Our school has these smoothies that there's a lot of controversy about. People say there's disgusting stuff about it. So one time one of my friends was walking through a lunch line and he got 2 trays instead of 1. I was like, why would you get 2 trays? Like, what's the point of that? He was like, because it holds up the food a lot better. And I was like, okay, fun. And then later on I started doing the same thing. I would take 2 trays instead of 1. And then one day in the lunch line, I saw another guy with 2 trays, and I was like, "Hey, you do that too?" And he was like, "Yeah, I do that too." And then I was like, "Yeah, great minds think alike, we're geniuses." I was just there like taking credit for something that I hated on, but whatever. After we finished freaking out over the fact that we did the same thing, I walked up like maybe 5 steps to go get my food, and my tray just like decides to collapse on me. And the guy that I explained that to, like, he was just like looking at me like, "Dude, who are you? I didn't even talk to you, like, stranger." There was a guy that was walking in front of me. Smoothie was on my tray, and not only did it just spill on the floor, right when it spilled, he walked up. It was like he wanted it to fall on his shoe, and it splashed right on his shoe. And you might ask, like, what kind of shoe does he have? To be honest, it doesn't really matter what kind of shoe it is, but these dude's shoes were like probably cost more than my like life earning. They were so expensive. I forgot the name of them, but they were so expensive. He's just like looking at me and he's smiling. I'm just like, wow, yeah, this must be a great time for you. So I'm just looking at his shoe and looking at him like expecting something. Like I'm gonna just put the picture on the screen right now. so you guys know I'm being legitimate about this. He was smiling at me, but he was like smiling like, oh,
I'm gonna kill you.
I finally went up to him and I was like, I'll go get a rag for you. And then I asked the lunch lady for a rag, and she gets me a rag, and he was like,
oh, I don't want you cleaning my shoes and all.
I just find half the time I could be eating my lunch, getting you a rag. I'm going to clean your shoes. He was like, it's fine, it's okay. And I was like, you're just gonna walk around like that all day? And he's like, yeah, I'm fine, it's okay. And I was like following him all around the lunchroom. I was like, please, can I clean your shoes for you, please? I just feel so bad. I feel really bad if I, like, please just let me clean your shoes. It's like, no, it's fine. I was like, wow, I seem like a really desperate child right now. So I just walked away, gave the rag back to the lunch lady, and went and sat down. So yeah, basically those were 2 embarrassing stories that happened to me this school year. I don't know if you guys thought this was interesting or whatever, but hopefully you did. But if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel down below. My social media will be on the screen again. You can check out my Snapchat, and my Instagram will be right below it. So do what you want with that information. And yeah, peace out.
Hey, yo.